welcome back to Milton Mo Junction. This video is a little bit different to normal. It's sort of showing an update but really showing what I want to do rather than what I've done, and also asking a question. Those of you that are familiar with my channel will know that I run the whole thing on an ECOS, and that's the track plan I'm now showing you. But I'm not sure if any of you have watched Dave Class 47, but he has got a similar setup to me, 00 gauge, but similar setup to me as far as the controls are concerned. He uses an ECOS, and he has found, the same as I have, that jumping between the track plan to change points etc. and the trains is a bit annoying, because when you want to set a route you have to jump backwards and forwards. So he's devised a system where he used DCC concepts and built himself a mimic panel, and I thought that was a really good idea, so I've decided to do the same thing. So I've made a mock-up of the panel. Haven't decided yet how to finish it, whether to, I mean, this is just the control part of it, and I'm not in too much of a rush because some of the parts I need are not in stock yet. But this is a mock-up of the panel. Now I have my layout is obviously an O gauge layout, and the points are all Lenz O points. Most of them, great majority of them, have built-in point motors and point controls. So like there's one there. There are a few that are controlled by DCC concepts, point controllers and solenoid motors, which is fine, you know, they all work the same. Now the problem I've got is that if I look back to the track diagram, there are some points that are linked together. For instance, this one here. Now I want it so that you press one button to change it for through position, and one button, either of those, will change it to the straight position. Now going back to my diagram, I have that already on here, so they both change at the same time. Now the problem I've got is with two particular points, and that's these points here. Now I can change the diagram to change the points in just the same way, but unfortunately the points have sort of a right hand point and a left hand point. Now if I bring it across to this side, I have come across this before with exactly the same setup here between this point and the one at the far end. Now initially I used to change those individually because I had the idea it was such a long gap between them that I might always park a train there, but that's never happened, so I decided to join those up and renumber those exactly the same. Now that's fairly easy to do using the DCC points controllers. You just set it as a new new address on, set the address on the ECOS, and obviously the controller does the rest. So that's not a problem. What I did have, of course, is that they didn't work together. One went sort of straight and the other one went across, because that one was a right hand, one was a left hand point. Now on this setup that's easy to change, because all you do on the points controller, you just swap the wires over and it changes the opposite way, and of course then that works okay on the ECOS. Right, well, my problem here, I've got the same setup for these two, this one here and this one here. One This one is a left hand point and that is the right hand point. Now I wondered why I've never changed those two, because they're in direct contact, and so several years I've been using just a separate control. You know, you move one, it changes one point, you press another button for this point, it changes that. And I thought, well, I don't know why I did that, so I've renumbered this point here, and the only way to do that is you have power to it, and the power to the motor and the controller are via this little plug, and that plugs into the end of the sleeper and takes the power from the track. Now I've got a plug to go into the end of it, which was fine. Put that to my programming track and then programmed the point to the same number as the one at the other end. This was 5 and the one at the other end was 4. They're both now 4. This one's been changed to 4. So they both change simultaneously when I press the button on the controller. So as you can see, it's here. They both move together. Unfortunately, like the one on the other side, they change out of sync. So because they're not the same point, the left hand and right hand point, they're not linked together. This one changes so that it goes through, but this one is going as if it's going round here. Now I can't seem to link them together. The only contact with the electronics in the point is via this plug. Now I thought if I reverse the polarity of the plug by obviously swapping them around on the test track, on the programming track, that might do something, but it doesn't seem to matter to it whether it's positive or negative. Because I thought if that had happened, I could have drilled through and joined it up, left the plug on or soldered something on it and left it connected to the buzz wire underneath and not having to connect it back into the rail. But as I say, I've changed them backwards and forwards and it doesn't seem to make any difference. The point moves just the same. I haven't got a way of programming it and, or reversing any wiring on it. So if we see here, the accessory decoder itself was easy to change. See these lights are shining on the ECOS, but yeah, I just programmed the accessory decoder from 5 to 4. Where are we looking at? Yeah, I mean that's on 1, but yeah, so that was easy, but I can't seem to reverse the setting on it. I'm not sure if anyone knows how to do that. So back to this. Yeah, as I say, on the ECOS I can set it up so that the ECOS follows the point exactly, and of course then it doesn't match, it just mirrors what the point is actually doing. I've managed to get the ECOS to show on the picture that they're joined up and linked together and move in the same direction, but of course that's false. They're not actually doing it. So it seems pointless changing the program, changing the picture. I actually want to make sure the points change in unison. So if anyone's got any ideas, as I say, on this, if you can see, they move together, but in fact they move together because they're locked together, but they're locked moving in the wrong direction, or one of them is. One's right and one's wrong. So yeah, if you've got any ideas, please let me know, because I'm sort of undecided how to do it. Otherwise, if I've got to do it and move them to the different point numbers and just do it like I temporarily done this, so each one will have to be joined individually, so to go through I'll have to press 2 buttons instead of just one. Whoops, can we see it there? Yeah, I'll have to press that button and then that button to get a through track. They won't be linked, and you want to leave them straight, that one will have to be pressed and that one will be pressed. But yeah, just if someone could let me know if they've got a solution to it. As I say, going over it again, I've got an ECOS. These are Lenz O points, and I can also, if someone's, I've got a Z21 as well, which I can always link up to this point if there's a way to do it on the Z21. But yeah, thanks for watching, and bye for now. Bye.